Welcome back into In Play. You take a look at the 2006 football season, some of the names on the first team All-ACC list. There were some big stars, Matt Ryan, Greg Olsen, Calais Campbell, both from Miami, and then two big names from Georgia Tech. One of them, Joe Anua'i. Maybe you know him by a different name now, and there it is, Roman Reigns, the two-time Universal Champ. His current reign has lasted 288 days. Won an ESPY back in 2019. He's the 2015 Royal Rumble match winner. The list goes on, and this weekend on Sunday, going to have a chance to defend that title for the Universal Champion Sunday, June 20th, as he faces Rey Mysterio in a Hell in a Cell match. Roman Reigns joins us now. Roman, thanks so much for the time. We get to talk about a lot of different things and do some fun stuff on this show, but we are so excited to have you here. I know there's a lot of drama, a lot of backstory, not just between you and Rey, but between the whole family. So for people that maybe are just tuning in for the first time after they see this interview this weekend, what do they need to know and expect from this Hell in a Cell match?
I'd say I'm the victim here, if anything. You know, I'm just an innocent bystander who, you know, is trying to take care of some family business with my cousins, the Usos. And Rey Mysterio is now, you know, butting into my family business, saying some things that he can't take back at this point. And when it comes down to it, I have no problem with defending my Universal Championship against Rey Mysterio. It would be an honor and a privilege. He is the greatest luchador of all time. So to be able to put him on the list of people that I've smashed through this campaign of my Universal Championship, it would be a pleasure.
Well, Roman, I want to ask you, as you prepare for a huge fight, basically defending your belt, is it more important to have strength training or cardio? And my second question is, should we expect you to be running over Rey Mysterio with a possible golf cart or doing anything crazy like that? What should we expect?
Well, you know, I'd say the golf carts are going to be out of play. We will be in the Hell in a Cell structure, so we will be contained. But I mean, as our fans and audience has seen, there's so many different elements that can come into play, and the structure itself is it's pretty demonic. So it should be very physical. And to prepare for that, I do it just like I have my whole life as an athlete. You know, I still consider myself you know, a world-class athlete, just obviously on the performance side of things. But yeah, I think you have to definitely be able to strength train and then also condition. That way, you know, if you get into those later rounds, those deeper matches, you still have the win to go.
Things have certainly been different over the last year with the pandemic. The opportunity soon to be back in front of fans and that atmosphere. Just what has it been like kind of navigating that, and how excited are you to get back to it?
You know, I think you know, with the pandemic and, you know, working through quarantine and being within this bubble of the Thunderdome, it's allowed us to, you know, showcase some different skills, showcase some different layers of our performance, and also, I think, just show our resiliency as a product, you know, the WWE product, everything that, you know, we do as far as, you know, our big mantra for our fans is putting smiles on faces. And I think we're in a time now where that's more important than ever, you know, is to be able to provide that escapism for people, and be able to, you know, bring some happiness and some positivity to people, you know, who are struggling through these hard times.
Well, Roman, we all know you are an all-conference player at Georgia Tech. You play with some amazing players, and a lot of people don't give Reggie Ball enough love. I was a huge fan of his when I was growing up, being an ACC fan myself. But what are the crossovers from what you do now in your current career to what you did in the past in football?
Well, you know, I always start with, you have to be tough to be on the field. You know, to be on the gridiron, you have to have a certain level of toughness, you know, mentally and physically. And I think that that definitely applies to being in the squared circle, to being in the WWE ring, being on the road as a performer, you know, 52 weeks a year. We don't have any weeks off. This isn't like where we run seasons. This is a live show, you know, 365. So you have to have a certain level of physical and mental toughness, emotional toughness as well, being away from your family, you know, being, you know, separated from your loved ones and being on your own. And then I also think there's got to be like a certain level of swag that I think American football players, you know, are not lacking in at all. You know, it's something, as a defensive lineman, I had to kind of figure out how to display that a little differently because you can be very physical and sometimes let your let your play really do the talking. But, you always see it within a wide receiver or a cornerback who is kind of out on that island and they may not be getting as much attention or the ball thrown, in their direction as much. So you see a lot of, chitter chatter and a lot of smack talk. So I think that's, that charisma, that level of, athletic, competitive swag has to be able to come out in the ring as well.
You mentioned the word swag, and Jeff Collins has tried to bring a swag back to Georgia Tech football, kind of embracing Atlanta and all that it is. I know you're busy, but I know you keep up with Georgia Tech football when you can. Just your thoughts on what's going on there and the movement that he's creating.
I think Coach Collins is like he's way ahead of the time right now. I think they're like Georgia Tech and his whole staff and all the kids there. They're like leading the the football product, the college football product into the future, and being able to allow them to have personalities, to express themselves, to use all the media tools that we have today and not shy away from that. You know what I mean? I think he's a nice mix of the foundational tools that you need in the old school of football and being on that gridiron and that, having that mental toughness and that discipline and focus of the job, but then also bringing the new school, the future, all the tools that we have to connect and put our personalities and our work on display. I think it's a nice mix of that. And I think, I think Coach Collins has us in the right direction. And in a matter of time, a lot of different kids are going to be looking into Georgia Tech in a different light.
Well, Roman, we all know you like to say that you're always at the head of the table. You're the tribal chief. You got a bunch of dope nicknames, but also the sneaker head of the table. So talk to us a little bit about that. And what is your love for sneakers, and what's your favorite sneaker that you have right now?
Well, yeah, I mean, I was a kid who grew up with clown feet. When I was by the age of 15, I wore a size 15. So I'm back in the day of East Bay where you had to call in for your shoes and order them from a magazine. Yeah, man. So you already know. It's one of those things now where, with the internet and everything, all the different apps and just, having a Nike app alone, that just changes the whole game. So, and to be able to have that availability of the bigger sizes, it's just something that's been nice for me. Someone who I've been told no so many times. It was so discouraging growing up, just going to like a Foot Locker, a Foot Action, a Champ Sports, and to be turned away without being able to buy any, anything, during that trip. It was terrible as a kid. So now it's something that, with the availability and obviously, making a good living, I can treat myself here and there. But I would say, I mean, the J's are always nice. There's so many really good shoes nowadays, and it's such a cool way to express yourself. For me, especially, I don't wear a lot of crazy clothes or crazy colors. So where I really kind of put the color in my closet is on my feet, on my shoes. So, but I'd say, I don't know, man. I love the ones. The 4s are really nice too. And then the 11s are pretty sweet. So you can't go wrong with any J's, to be honest. So you're going to be all right with pretty much any of them.
My ones are my favorite. I don't need the bigger size, but I take an L on the app every single time. So if you have any advice, I'd love to get it after we're done with this. Let's talk about SummerSlam. Going to be August 21st in Las Vegas at an NFL stadium for the first time ever. It's going to be at an NFL stadium. How excited are you for that event, and what are you expecting?
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It was one of those things where, with WrestleMania being in Tampa Bay at Raymond James Stadium, we weren't at full capacity, obviously. Still dealing with the restrictions and stuff like that. So for us to be able to come back and bring SummerSlam into Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas and hopefully pack that place out, it's gonna just be a really good. Just a good time, a good experience, and a good vibe for all our fans and for the performers alike. So I think everybody's super excited about it. And to have a great location like Las Vegas, an awesome brand new stadium within Allegiant Stadium, it's a recipe for success for sure.
Well, look, Roman, I know you are a true inspiration to so many because you transitioned from playing football at the collegiate level, played at the pro level in Canada, and now doing what you're doing on a big scale, man, but also your battle with leukemia that you overcame. You're a true inspiration to so many people. My mom is a breast cancer survivor as well. So just talk about that, what that battle was like and what it means to you now to be beyond it and moving forward and strong.
Oh, man, nowadays it's I think we're in a total different place as far as blood cancers, and LLS has done a great job, of being on the forefront of that awareness and, the research involved in creating all these different medications to kind of, put a cancel to blood cancer. That's what we're hoping for, is to continue to do that. And then also take care of the young children, and create medicines that will not have a lasting effect on their future, that will keep them healthy now and also, throughout the rest of their lives. So to be able to team up with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society has been just, man, it's been a godsend, to be honest, and really shown and provided me a different purpose other than just putting smiles on faces, to really be able to reach out and show that support and connect with, different people all over the world. Through a very similar struggle that we've all gone through, and to be able to give them a little bit of hope with my story has just been, it's just been a really nice outcome, because we don't always have the success stories, but when we do, I feel like we need to celebrate them. And for me to be able to do that, with fans and strangers alike, it's really been, it's been life-changing. It really has.
That's so well said there, Roman. I know you are such an inspiration and also an advocate for so many people. Before we let you go, want to switch gears a little bit because we've got 60 seconds left in play. We're going to hit you with some quick questions. You give us the first thing that comes to your mind. You've got a lot of great nicknames. Do you have a favorite?
Head of the table.
I like that. All right, who would you say is the best Samoan athlete of all time?
Troy Polamalu.
One wrestler you grew up watching that you would love to wrestle?
Ric Flair.
Okay, who's on your playlist before you go out to fight? Favorite rapper?
Man, there's so many good ones. I guess you can't really say he's a rapper, but I'd say DJ Khaled, because he's bringing them all together. So we're just throwing his new album.
We the best. We the best. Yes, sir.
Best finishing move?
The guillotine. My finishing move. Come on now.
Favorite? Yeah, no doubt. Favorite place to travel?
Japan, Tokyo.
My friend Kevin says there's rumors that John Cena may be going to be coming back in the next couple of months. Would you ever think about maybe wrestling him in your future?
If John wants to get smashed, then he knows where I'm at.
Straight up.
When it comes to whooping people's ass, I do not discriminate. Luchadors, not wrestlers, legends, Hollywood superstars, anybody. Terramana owners,
anybody can get it.
Anybody can get it. Yes, sir.
All right, well, look, Roman, I got one last question for you. You know you take a lot of early flights. When you get on those flights, do you get apple juice or do you get orange juice?
Only two options.
Well, can I just take them both?
You got to pick one.
Right.
Nah, you got to pick one, bro. You got to pick one.
That was like a Georgia Tech tradition that the D-line we would do is we would mix the orange juice and the apple juice, but I'd go orange juice.
Oh, man, we didn't even know we were uncovering a story there. We ask everybody that.
It's very good, yeah.
Awesome. Well, we're going to have
that.
to get a special spot on our board of everybody we asked that question just for the mixed juice there, because we didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Roman, thanks so much. Good luck this weekend. You can catch him on
Good luck,
Sunday
man. Thank you.
defending his championship. Thanks, Roman.
Thank you.